Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vince. I'm gonna call this Variety Show Wednesday, even though I'm recording this on a Tuesday, but it's releasing on Wednesday, so it doesn't matter. You're here because you wanted to see me make a tier list of chairs, which is exactly what we're gonna do today. We're gonna dive right into it. Alright, so first up, we got this wicker rocking chair. These things, I feel like if I look at it the wrong way, it'll collapse and explode. But for comfort, I'd put it at like a C. I've sat in these before, but they're not like the most comfortable, but they're not terrible, so I'm just gonna go with a C. Next up, oh wait, that should probably be upside down. 1 second. There we go. Upside down 5-gallon bucket. This is a timeless classic. I've done so much work on one of these, and if you have a stable relationship with your father, you probably have too. You've got some great memories. Not the most comfortable thing to sit on, but it's definitely better than this wicker chair down here, so I'm going to put it in B. I think it'll end up somewhere over here because there are definitely seats better than it, but it is an unparalleled classic in my opinion. Next up, we got those weird like wrinkle leather mesh combo chairs that were like super popular in the early 2000s probably, that like everyone's dad has for their at-home office for some reason. I think this is going to be our first A tier, so going right there. Super plush and comfy. They rotate, you can raise it and lower it. Good chair. I like it. I would use it for my desk. I have no idea who came up with this thing, but I've sat in these before and they're absolutely atrocious. They're like injection molded plastic, feels like a giant milk carton, if that makes any sense. Terrible. Not the worst, it is a chair, but into D tier it goes. Next up, we got airplane seats. These are not great. They're definitely better than something like the 5-gallon bucket just because they have a back. I think these are decent. These are decent seats. They're not the best, but they're definitely not as good as the dad office chair, as I'm going to start calling it, but not as... I wouldn't call the 5-gallon bucket bad, but it's definitely lower quality. Next up, we got hammocks. This ain't exactly a chair, but you can sit on this. Oh, the injuries I've sustained from hammocks as a small child. Playing on the hammock we used to have in my backyard, I'd spin around on it and bang my head on the bottom support bar. Good times. It's going above airplane seats in B tier. Next up, we got these like bungee rope circular chair things. I don't dig them. They're super uncomfortable, and sometimes the bungee cord does split and it'll leave a big gap in it. It's at least the 5-gallon bucket. Like, you can sit upright in it. With this thing, it kind of like forces you to slouch, so it's going... Geez, I actually think it's better than the wicker chair, but it is not as good as the 5-gallon bucket. I still maintain that the 5-gallon bucket is low B tier. I've never been in a wheelchair, and hopefully it stays that way. But just judging by the look at them, they're kind of like lightweight recliners because they've got these little leg support things. I'm actually going to put this above hammocks in B tier. Next up, we've got the giant mall massage chairs. Unbelievably comfy. I've never put money in one to turn it on. They are so comfy. I love these little parts right here that your legs kind of rest in. They're very, very comfy. Very, very comfy chair. Definitely better than the dad office chair. It's going in high A tier. Next up, we got generic car seats, not like the ones you put little kids in, like literally just a seat that would be in a car. Kind of depends what material they're made of. The leather ones are not fantastic. I do really like those velvet ones that were popular in like the late 90s, early 2000s maybe. I took an auto upkeep class in school, and my teacher had one of these with wheels on the bottom, and it was awesome, and I want one. Overall, I think definitely way better than a wheelchair, not as good as the dad office chair, and for that reason, it is going in A tier. I love car seats. We got the electric chair. This is a fun one. It doesn't look terribly comfortable. It's kind of like they just took a ladder to make the back. I've seen more comfortable electric chairs. This one, it doesn't matter what the one in the picture looks like, just as long as we know that that is an electric chair. Kind of not a fun time, and it's definitely not super comfortable looking. It's going in F tier. Next up, we got yoga balls. For ergonomic reasons, such as lumbar support, I would not rank this very high. However, it did help me through my formative years as an elementary schooler because we had a bunch of these for the slower kids in class, of which I may have been. And I think this is great for hyperactive, dumb little kids who can't sit still for 5 seconds. So I think I'm putting it in B tier above the wheelchair. Oh crap, I don't know how long my headset's been off for. Hopefully not too long. Next up, we got church pews. This was one of my favorite places to sleep as like a 4-year-old. The ones that are fully cushioned like this are not terrible. They're not the best places to sit. They're definitely better than a yoga ball, though, in my opinion. Better than a yoga ball. B tier. Alright, this next one's a bit unusual. You ever walking through the woods and you just find like a really nice boulder and you just gotta sit there like this guy for a second? Me too. I love boulders better than the 5-gallon bucket. Not as good as airline seating, but it definitely has more stability to it than a 5-gallon bucket would. And for aesthetic purposes, they win in every category. They are fantastic. Next up, we got camping chairs. Folding camping chairs specifically. I don't think there's a different kind of camping chair, but it doesn't matter. Again, some formative memories were made as I sat in a camping chair. Whether it be baseball games, camping trips, sitting in the backyard during family functions, camping chairs are fantastic. For comfort, they might not be the best, but they hold a lot of significance to me. I want to put the camping chair in A tier, above the massage chair. Next, we got another banger. We got the white injection molded plastic patio chair. Absolutely fantastic. You would be shocked with how comfortable these things are. They're great. You never buy these things. They just appear on your property somewhere. These chairs are great. I love these chairs. They're the staple of like every 90s kid's childhood because they were really popular in the 90s for some reason, as like a lot of these seats were. They're definitely better than the camping chair. I'm putting it in high A tier above the camping chair. If you guys can hear a dog barking, that's because I have my window open and there's dogs out next door. So I hope you can't hear that, but if you can, sorry. Next, we've got stamped sheet metal with plywood tops. These were used in a lot of the shop-related classes in school, like engineering and stuff like that. I've never seen them outside like a grill restaurant where their burgers are like $25 because like they're industrial and contemporary or whatever. I don't really like these a whole lot, but is it better than a boulder? I think not. I think it is still better than the bungee cable chair. So it's going in C tier above the bungee cable chair. Beanbag chairs. This is a controversial one. I know a lot of people really like their beanbag chairs, but I can't stand them. They're terrible. I hate them so much. And then after a while, you gotta replace them because they get all like compressed and stuff because of the expanded foam packing peanuts that are in them. Just like get all smushed and they get the air squeezed out of them. They just kind of suck. Not as good as the circle net chair thing, but definitely better than the wicker chair. I don't really like the wicker chair. It's going in C tier. Next up, we got generic gaming chairs like this one here, where it's got like the 2 pillows and it's leather and it's super sleek looking. Sometimes they have this thing here where there's like a footrest that folds under the seat. I do really like these. They are super comfortable. Not as good as the camping chair, but better than the mall massage chair. It's going in A tier. Alright guys, next up we got these big plush recliners. I could go into a coma in one of these. I love these so much. They are absolutely better than gaming chairs. They far surpass the camping chair and the white injection molded plastic lawn chair thing that everyone kind of just has laying around. It's going in S tier. Zero debate. Next up, we got those old grandma couches that have those really weird all the colors of vomit color palette patterns on them that are just absolutely horrendous to look at, but for some reason super nostalgic for anyone from any time period. And you just kind of like sink right into them when you sit down. These are awesome. I love these. Again, I could sleep on one of these. It's not as good as the recliner, but it's definitely better than the white injection molded plastic lawn chair. So it's going in A tier. Alright, next up. I think we're getting to the end here. We should be wrapping this up soon. We have bus chairs. This is not a great picture, but this is definitely what most of them looked like. They're probably very gross, and I can guarantee you they never clean these things. They're not terrible. They're not awful. Definitely better than the church pews, but not as good as the car seat. Car seat is still way better, so it's going in B tier. We got restaurant booths. I think the ones at like the mainstream fast food restaurants like McDonald's and Burger King are absolutely atrocious. On purpose, by the way. They like slightly lean the back forward to make you uncomfortable. I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's so that they keep business flowing, which is not terrible, but it just feels criminal. You know, they can do that all they want, it's fine, but it just... But anyways, I think these are not great. They're definitely better than bus seats. B tier. We got barbershop slash hairdresser seats. These are pretty nice. I do like these. They are absolutely astronomically better than car seats. Not to mention they can swivel and go up, so you totally could use these as like a desk chair or something like that. They're pretty nice. The footrest leaves a little bit to be desired, especially if you have longer legs like myself. But overall, I think it's a pretty decent chair, so it's going in A tier above the car seat, whatever you want to call it. Alright, we're in the final stretch here, guys. Next up, we got dentist chair. I'm assuming this is what most dentist chairs look like. Pretty decent, pretty comfortable. They are like recliners, but like if a recliner was made out of rocks. They probably, for me personally, would go below car chairs. Definitely way better than everything in B tier. Definitely way better than everything in D tier, but they are just not like super comfortable or ergonomic, and you probably would slouch a lot in one if it's like inclined, I guess, like not declined. So it's going in A tier below the barber chair. I'm just now noticing that there's nothing in E tier yet. I'm just waiting for something really bad. And I think we might have that with our next pick. These office swivel stool things. I'm not a huge fan. Still, I think these are definitely better than bench-related stuff we have in B tier, but they're not as good as the car seat, so for that reason I'm putting them in low A tier. Next up, we got these like floor gaming chair things that you'd use if you're like a major console gamer or something. I had some of these when I was a bit younger, and they were like, they must have been super cheap or something, because they had like staples sticking out of like the seam parts, and I'd get poked by them every now and then. It was like years into their lifespan, but they're pretty good. Surprisingly stable. You look at this picture if you've never had one and you'd expect it to just fall right back when you sit in it, but they're actually really stable and I like them a lot. They're not bad. It's going above the hairdresser chair. Next up, we have these little like bull chairs that are a bit like a higher evolution of the bungee cord chair that we had earlier. These are absolutely a major leap up from those. I think I'm gonna put it between the floor rocking gaming chair that I just did and the dad office chair, because I do actually like these a lot. These are not bad. And it seems like we're almost out of space in A tier. Okay, we have these crusty old office chairs that must be from like the 60s or something. These are absolutely atrocious. I hate these. They're very bad. They're so flimsy and low quality and cheap looking, I just hate it. Putting it below the bungee chair. I mean, at least the bungee chair has some like quality about it. This thing is just, I don't like it. Alright, hard plastic, whatever you'd call this chair. You probably see these at your school or in meeting rooms, maybe libraries especially, I'm sure. A lot of public places have these. Maybe even like auditoriums. This is not terrible, it's not bad, it's going above the restaurant booth in B tier. Alright, next up we got a classic. We got a squished JPEG. Hold on, I gotta make it more squished. A squished JPEG image of those super rock solid school chairs. Unfortunately, I feel like for most people, so I have mixed opinions about this. On one hand, they're the exact same ones we've been using since like, what, the 50s? But on another hand, they are chairs. They're not bad. It's a chair. I don't know, man. This is a hard decision. It goes in B tier. Classic metal folding chair. These are pretty good. Not as good as the school desk chairs, but definitely still better than restaurant booths. So again, it's going in B tier, and I'm gonna have to shrink all of these images because I am out of space. There you go, teeny tiny folding chair in B tier. And it seems we've reached our last one. We have those weird auto folding auditorium chairs. These are pretty nice. I do like these. They are still definitely better than the circular office chair, so I'm gonna put it in A below that. there you guys have it. The chair tier list from Vinny does stuff that nobody asked for, but you still watch the video anyway, because if you're still here, you probably watched the whole video. Variety Wednesday. I'll be doing weekly videos like this that are just something completely random that no one asked for. If you do want to ask for something, feel free to comment. And while you're down there, it'd be nice if you could like leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not for some reason. But you know, come back next Wednesday. I'll probably have a video out by then. I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace out.